Welcome back again, students. Hopefully you have got a nice roughed out shape with not a lot of detail yet of the head. And it's starting to have, some shapes that you like. Feel free to continue to adjust that. But we will start playing around with some of these other tools now to start doing some like medium size detail stuff. So a good one to use now that we're going to start playing around with are these first two tools, brush and inflate. And so when we use brush, that allows us to kind of make things a little bit bigger, as you see there. And again, everything is going symmetrical right now, so that's pretty good. And I just pushed the F key on my keyboard, which allows me to kind of change my view back to the front really quickly. There's a couple buttons that are hotkeys on your keyboard, which will allow you to do things really quickly. And you can see all those over here. So if you wanted to change the radius of this really quick, I can hold down the X key, as it says, and I'm just moving my mouse back and forth, and that allows me to change the size of that. Another one that's going to be really nice for you is clicking N. So if you click N, that will change it into negative mode. So in a moment ago, I was making everything bigger, but now if I push N, that kind of does the opposite. So negative like is the opposite. Instead of going outwards, it's going to go inwards now. So if I want this eye to be a little bit more sunken into the head there, I can start pushing things inwards there, basically. And I can start moving things around. And you might start getting something that looks a little pixelated, or the resolution just seems off. Like right in this area, you can see that it kind of looks like there's almost some sharp spots here. So when we go to actually 3D print this, we are going to not want any sharp spots. We want it to be nice and smooth. So a tool you're going to be using a lot is this smooth tool. So I'm going to make that a little bigger. You can see that kind of just smooths everything out, right? Like if you've ever played with clay before, it kind of smooths everything out and gets rid of some of that stuff. So if you have some weird stuff going on, you can switch over there once in a while. And I'm going to go over to Inflate, which is very, very similar to our last tool. And I can kind of inflate some things here, which is, again, pretty similar, like I was mentioning. Kind of bring out that jawline a little bit if I want. I can make that a little bigger. And you can see with this one, sometimes weird little things happen. Like there's a little weird thing happening right here. I'm going to make that really bad for a moment. You can see that really is not looking good there. So let's go over to smooth again, and I'll show you one of those hotkeys again. If I hold down Shift, it's going to switch automatically to smooth. But I have to continue to hold Shift to kind of smooth that out. And if you ever forget the hotkeys, you can always just go down here, but it tells you it right next to there. If you hold down Shift, it's going to switch it over to smooth there. And smooth is one of those tools you're going to use so much, so you're really going to want to remember that one. And you can see I got the negative brush going on here. So I can start kind of giving it a mouth a little bit, playing around, doing whatever I want, right? Let's just take some time, right? This is not a race. If I start making mistakes, remember our favorite thing to do is undo. So if you don't like it, undo, 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 and you can get it back to where you're wanting. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger there. And you can shrink that down. All right. No, I didn't really like that, so I'm going to undo that. Oh, look at that. Still making mistakes. Even Mr. Gasser makes mistakes. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm just playing around. Feel free, if you are getting what I'm getting out in this video, to jump in there and start playing around. But come back to this video. You might see some other little tricks I do here that might make it pretty fun for you. All right. And then again, I'm holding Shift once in a while to smooth some things out if I don't like the pixelated shape I'm getting. And so I'm really just working out kind of the medium detail. I'm not getting into the crazy detail yet of really all the tiny little things that I want to do. All of that. I'm just really getting in there and playing with the shape of things. And it's kind of the medium scale thing. So we're on like the medium size things today. All right, I'm not getting everything to be perfect yet. All right. All right, so I think I will leave you there now. Feel free to do whatever your creature is and have some fun getting that kind of medium scale stuff. If you want to try some other stuff, you're totally welcome to. If move or drag are needed, you can always come back to those. And if you're doing medium scale stuff, I would recommend getting the radius or the size of your paintbrush down a little bit. And so if you're like, oh, I kind of want to make some bigger changes, I want that chin to be a little bigger, I'm going to that's probably I can grab that, kind of pull everything out, and that's a good way to kind of keep some of the detail that you've created if you like the detail, but it's just not kind of sticking out enough. You can come back to the move button. You want that to be sticking out a little bit more. So just switch around between all those tools, and we're going to get some kind of detail going, hopefully, of what you're liking. All right, I'm going to stop there. Ooh, yeah. Remember to smooth things out because that's probably looking a little bumpy there. All right, enjoy. Bye.